Hello everyone, this is ACHAIA Akaya bringing you game number 3. This is the ace match between Cloud and BSOS. Once again, if you have not watched the first two games, BSO is spawning as the green Zerg player. He is playing as Zerg for this tournament. And in the lower right here, we have Cloud as the light blue Protoss. He is playing as Protoss in this tournament. Not a whole lot of random players from what I've seen, and not even a whole lot of Terran players. So it'll be interesting to see who makes it further into the tournament as far as the race selection goes. But both games so far have been pretty exciting. BSOS really turning the tide of the last game with his neural parasite use. Just did a great job of using that and took over a Colossus and an Immortal. And with the combined fire of those parasited units and the Mass Roach Hydra combination that he had, that was just absolutely dominant and completely turned the tide in his favor when he used that neural parasite as well. But looking at the income overlay here, we can see that both players are relatively even, as they should be this early in the game. And I'm interested to see exactly what will happen in this game. There's a little bit of a shorter rust distance to each other than we see in Blistering Sands. This is one of the new maps called Incineration Zone, which was released with patch 9 for the beta. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what strategies begin to evolve on this map. So far I haven't seen anything too crazy, but if you have not seen this map before, there is one high yield kind of in the middle next to, it's sandwiched between the two naturals outside of the each player's base, and then there is one expansion here kind of in the middle, in the back of everything. There is a ramp with destructible rocks on each side that leads down into that expansion, so that can also be used as a secondary path to get into your enemy's base if you want to try to do some harassment or some kind of a surprise attack. But anyways, it looks like the first gateway going down for Cloud at his entrance, once again creating a smaller choke point so that he can more easily defend against an early Zergling push, which we do see a spawning pool going down here. It looks like that probably went down around 14, which is his typical timing. BSOS has opened up pretty much with the exact same opener for all three games now, using the initial, basically the initial 3 or 4 minutes of his build order seems to be the same every game. But anyways, it looks like Cloud is going to have this probe in his base, going to be able to do as much scouting as he wants to for the time being. Although looking at the production overlay, there are some Zerglings coming out, and with the speed upgrade that they get on the creep, it is very, very difficult to keep a probe scout in there because those Zerglings can just absolutely chase down a probe with no problem at all. And it looks like Cloud is going to try to get that probe out of there. Two Zerglings in hot pursuit trying to take him down, and they do manage to get him before he gets back to his base. And back in the base of Cloud, he is once again getting his early cybernetics core so that he can get his stalkers and sentries out. Although there are some Zerglings moving across the map once again. It seems that BSOS really likes to keep those first 4 Zerglings on the offensive and keep some pressure on the player he is going against in the game. And he's going to take control of the xel'naga watchtower, which, as you can see, gives him a very large amount of vision on the map. So he will be able to see if any units come across the middle here on the ground, and he will be aware if he is in threat at all. But looking back at BSOS's base, he does have a Baneling's nest going up right now. So it looks like we may see an early Zergling Baneling offensive. He may be able to do some kind of a bust with the entrance here. Typically when you see these small choke points getting walled off with basically the 2 pylons, a gateway, and then you put a zealot in between a small area which blocks Zerglings from getting into there. If you get a few Banelings in the mix with your Zerglings early, you can just break through there and just go straight for the mineral line and do a lot of damage before the Protoss player is able to respond. And he's actually got a lot of Zerglings right now, 19 Zerglings it looks like here. And he does have 10 more building at his base. So we are going to see some very heavy Zergling harassment and pressure early on in the game. He is building 5 Banelings as well. So going back to the Protoss player's base, he actually is going a different build than what he has been going. He's got a Citadel and a Stargate going up right now, and it looks like this Overlord is going to go down to the Sentry here. So going to lose that Overlord, which will hurt his population, although he is not going to be. Wow, and those Banelings coming in here right now. 2 Banelings weren't able to take down that 1 Zealot, which I'm kind of surprised about, to be honest. But these Speedlings going to move in here and focus fire down this Sentry. Oh no, the Sentry manages to get away, but these Zerglings moving in here. Oh! and some banelings blowing up on the mineral line, doing a huge amount of damage there. And these Zerglings are actually going to be able to clean everything up, it looks like. A huge amount of Zerglings did manage to get into the base, so this is pretty much going to spell GG for Cloud, I think. And he is going to lose this game 2-1. And we see, yeah, more Zerglings streaming across the map right now, coming into the Protoss player's base. I just don't think there's anything that he can do against us right now. And he's saying so much irony in this. I'm guessing there is some kind of a joke there that I'm not getting, although BSOS does not seem to understand as well. But it looks like BSOS is going to take the series down, and he is going to move on to the round of 16. And he says, my friend played 2 matches, SVS tossed the exact same way he was Zerg. So I'm not sure why that means. It's ironic, but anyways, he is going to forfeit, or I'm sorry, not forfeit, but he is going to GG this game, and it looks like BSOS is actually going to take down this 3rd game and win the ace match. He is moving on to the round of 16. Also, I did want to mention, of course, that the other games for the round of 32 action and all throughout the tournament that I do not have on my channel will be on Gemini's channel. I'm going to post a link to his profile in the details, in the comments. I'm sorry, not in the comments, but in the details for this video, so that you can link to his profile as well and get the rest of the action from this tournament, so you don't miss anything. But anyways, thanks for watching. We're going to move on to the next matchup. GG.